Oui. Bon, il dit qu'on attend demain. Tu vas avec ton mari dans la voiture. Tu vas faire comment? Tu peux faire comment? Vas-y alors avec dans le vent. En tout cas, où tu l'appelles, je ne sais pas. Comme c'est elle qui est là sur place. Ok, merci. Hein? Ok.
Guys, good afternoon, I think we have one more player. Good afternoon, that is Elijah. Good afternoon, good morning. That's him, the lion himself. This is Mustafa Bundu. Viewers, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It depends on where you're watching us from. You're getting live coverage of the SierraLeone national senior team LeoneStars final training session ahead of final Group E match in the African Cup of Nations. As usual, we're bringing you live coverage of the first 15 minutes. And in case you are not aware, as I believe most of you must be aware that we're playing against Equatorial Guinea tomorrow. This is obviously the final match, that is Matchday 3 of Group E. That's the most win match for us based on our position. In Group E, we have to win that match if we have to qualify to the round of 16. And the boys are ready already. Boys are ready already. This is the final training session. Match situation training, as it is called.
Man. Yo, man, you got an artist in the fucking building.
That's what you la play for
The beat is good. The guy that makes the thing when I listen, it's always the right thing.
la play for
He just did.
That job every Sunday. I don't know, sir.
Hey, look, Marian. See how the ball now. No, but he knows so work so. No.
Let's go and show the
What's the league now?
Yes, so as usual, you can send in your questions, your comments, ask, whatever you want to ask about. And I'm here to provide you with clarifications. Let's see the technical team as they're getting ready. That is the legendary John Jagbo Sherrington. He's with Dr. Yula. That is the head of medical department of the SierraLeone Football Association, Dr. Songo Kodoyoma. Thank you for a good job, bro. This is the goalkeeper coach, Tambon Moses, the first goalkeeper coach to produce a goalkeeper that has won Man of the Match award in the African Cup of Nations. Oh my goodness. Thank you for your service, bro.
Thank you.
And this is the director of competitions, Sori Ibrahim Sise. He's been doing a very good job, man.
Thank you.
I mean, if you're here today as a nation, this is one of the guys that has put in a lot of effort, in terms of bringing us here.
Thank you.
One thing I admire, Joe is saying one thing I admire about this preparation is the medical team and the therapist. They're doing a good job. I'm impressed. Somebody's just commenting.
For the records. Because you were nearly. Not to mean up the record, you were nearly.
We can't say this on live.
You were nearly. Same for the case of Allah.
I know.
So what would I be phone for?
No problem,
Take
boss.
pics. Yes, sir, I don't agree. I say, me not take picture yesterday. I should be out the way every day.
I know, all the time.
So,
very good. Clinton Stephen on our Facebook page is saying, please tell the boys to go for the win. But also be aware of their position. I was trying to show this. As you can see, these are the training equipment. This is the technical board. Okay, boss, man. Okay, boss. You want to do that? Oh my God.
I think the camera will be adjusted.
Yes.
Super running. Yeah, the example of. That's what
No one calls. Imagine that. Alright guys, so what you're watching right now is basically the losing up segment of the training. And as usual, as soon as they get into more technical, part of the training, we're definitely gonna have to cut this live. But for now, enjoy how the boys are interacting. They're looking extremely excited, they're looking highly determined, highly motivated, and they're looking ready for the match tomorrow up against Equatorial Guinea. It's a must-win match, most definitely. I mean, just a little bit of history. This is our third time, obviously, we're qualifying for this tournament. The African Cup of Nations. And on the first two occasions we qualified, that was in 1994 and 1996. 1994 and 1996, we, as a nation, we couldn't qualify we couldn't progress from the group stage. In other words, we were eliminated in the group stage on both occasions, that is 1994 and 1996. So should we play tomorrow and win against Equatorial Guinea and qualify to the next round of 16, it will be for the first time in the history of Sierra Leone football. So these boys right here are about to set a record. They are about to make history. These boys right here, we may not have the big names. On paper we may not have the big names around the world, basically. But I tell you, we have all it takes. We have, the highest level of stubbornness. Yes, so to speak, the highest level of determination. We're highly spirited, and giving up is not in our dictionary at all. You know, giving up is not in our dictionary at all. So yes, and that is the same mentality that we're gonna take to the match tomorrow, as you can see yourselves.
No, bro, you went like this, bro.
That's not what he meant to actually say.
That's not what he meant to say.
I know
Come on, Augie.
It was on, right? It was still on. No?
Oh, okay. Okay, with the conditioner.
This is Stade Fofana, and over there is one of the technical support staff, the legendary Limbe. I mean, that name rings a bell most definitely when it comes to LeoneStars. You know, these were the players that were carrying LeoneStars on their shoulders, you know. I mean, they were only unlucky that during their own time they couldn't qualify the team to the African Cup of Nations. But it's all good, because the most important thing is that we're all here now. And we're ready for tomorrow. And this circle, this is the legendary Tumbu. Over there is Amida Karim. Yeah, the boys have just been summoned, and this is Lamin Bangura, another legend, serving as a technical support staff.
Okay, 16. Left this one last one. 16.
It's looking really, really interesting here. The mood is extremely happy. The boys are looking extremely excited. Everybody is happy about being here. And yes, we're all loving it. Calling on the attention of God Almighty before we start the training proper, as I was being. You know, one of the things that we never joke with.
Good afternoon. I heard this one today.
You're still gonna go, bro. After the first 15 minutes, you're gonna go. After the first 15 minutes.
What?
After the first 15 minutes.
I know. I would like to know to shoot to the drone when he walk.
The problem is he still hasn't spoken to us about anything. This is why you're finding it difficult. And he should speak to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm the media boss of the team. So it's not your fault. It's not you. It's not your fault. I hope you understand.
I understand.
Good. Yes. We cannot get too close because some technical words, you know, are passing through from the head coach John Kista to the players. So we have to stay, you know, far away. And as you can see, the photographers, just so that you know, the first 15 minutes of the training session is open to the media. That's as per CAF regulations. I mean AFCON regulation, to be precise. But then obviously it has to be accredited, CAF accredited journalists. You know, they have the rights to cover the first 15 minutes of the training session, after which they'll be asked to leave. And even the SLFA media department would obviously shut down all cameras that are going live. Let me look at some of the comments that are in. Pilot D-Man is saying God will make everything okay. We're going to be at the top of the table, I think he's trying to say. Yes. I mean, we're all hoping for that, bro. But then, hoping is one, but also working towards what you're hoping for is another one. This is Bondo. I call him the magical touch Bondo.
Go, no stand.
Come on. Side volley, yeah. That's it, net. Run it. Watch. Abike, watch. Run by two.
Ah! Sorry, man, it's okay. That should be a goal.
Oh, he didn't drop. Go ahead.
I was closest. I get the money.
This is the captain Omar Zengele Bangura. This is the second youngest player in the tournament, Ibrahim Cissé. TM, never go jog with it. I think I want 2 laps safe. Hey, good. That's the team manager, Babadi Kamara. Just so that you know, and I'm sure the news is already out there, Babadi Kamara, out of his purse, out of his pocket, he gave the team, each of the players, I mean each of the 28-man squad, he gave them $1,000 for each of them. So that's a total of $28,000 after the match they played against Ivory Coast. So because of the tremendous performance the boys put up in that match, obviously they got $5,000 as appearance fee. And then Babadi also gave them $28,000, which they shared $1,000 each, you know, as his own way of boosting the boys, his own way of appreciating them, basically. So, I mean, these are the kinds of people we're always praying for to come around the team. You know, because obviously, no matter how you look at it, football is about money. It's money, basically. I mean, you cannot really excel in the game in terms of performance and in terms of how far you go, you know, without money. You know, so if these guys are coming around and they're willing to provide their support, he's here also to serve as a team manager. He's providing technical support, moral support, you know, and financial support as well, from his own personal, his own hard-earned money. I mean, I think it's such a blessing, really, to have somebody like him around. So it's time to get out of the pitch now, because I think after a couple of laps, they're going to go into the training proper. And we want to now think about shutting down this training session. And as usual, we always close we always wrap up our training session with an interview. Today we'd like to engage the goalkeeping coach. He's warming up though, but let's see how we can have a word with him. He trains himself, because you cannot train people without training yourself. I mean, just like if you want to be a good teacher, you have to be able to study yourself. So we're going to speak to the goalkeeper coach, Tamba Moses. He's going to stand right at the goal post here. Tamba Moses, will you give us a minute? Just a minute, please. Yes. We want to speak to Tamba Moses.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you so much for sparing your time. I know you're warming up. I was just saying, viewers, this is Tamba Moses, LeoneStars goalkeeping coach, and the very first goalkeeping coach in SierraLeone to have produced a goalkeeper that has won a Man of the Match award in the African Cup of Nations. Thank you so much for your good work. Thank you so much for your efforts. I'm having you stand at the goal post because I know this is purely your office.
Yes,
Thank you so much for the hard work. And you were warming up, and then I told viewers that yes, you had to train yourself, because you cannot train people if you haven't had, you know, enough training yourself. Just like the teaching profession.
Okay, yeah.
Exactly. You have to study at home before you go to school and be able to teach the children, especially if you want to do your job really well. So yes, would you like to say anything to the viewers? Basically, what are your feelings like? I mean, the day Mohamed Kamara, whom you've been training for all this while, the day he won the Man of the Match award.
Well, I felt so happy.
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Because all the same, I was expecting that, because Mohamed is a very hard-working boy, very humble.
Yeah.
Very humble and hardworking. He likes to win, and very prayerful boy.
Yeah.
I've never trained a goalkeeper like him before.
Wow.
But he's always ready.
Wow.
He's always ready for the training. He's
Wow.
always ready.
Wow.
Very hardworking. That's why I love him. And I believe before coming, when we are in Freetown, I spoke with him. We discussed together. He told me that, Ochi, I'm going to make a mark. Going to Cameroon to make it back.
Wow. And indeed he did it.
It was not a surprise to me.
Exactly. So yes, let's go to the second match. He also performed extremely well. And one of the highlights in his performance in that match against Ivory Coast was saving the penalty of AC Milan's, you know, star, basically. I mean, before the penalty kick was taken, did you know that he was going to save it? I mean, what was in your mind?
Yes, I was confident, because when we were in Freetown, we trained on penalty, and then I gave him my experience, because I believe when I was a goalkeeper before,
yeah,
I was the only goalkeeper that saved 5 penalties in the
Wow,
match.
what a record.
Gala, it was that time I was the goalkeeper for all Edwardians. We played against SierraLeone in a gala.
Wow.
I saved 5 penalties.
All 5?
All 5.
My goodness.
The other goalkeeper was a Liberian, but he's a disease now, he's dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
May his soul rest in
Philip
peace.
Ware.
Okay. May his soul rest in
Liberian.
peace, yes.
He saved 3. I saved 5.
So you knew Mohamed was going to save that penalty?
I always told him that whenever a person is going to take a penalty, when he handles the ball, whenever the kicker is going to take a penalty, just look at his eyes.
The eye contact.
Eye
is
contact.
very important.
The very first area he set his eyes.
That is where he's going to put it.
What he's going to.
Wow.
10 chances to 1.
I like that. Because it's not always the case.
It's not always, but 10 chances to 1.
Yes.
So he did exactly what I told him.
And then he was able to save that penalty. That was really awesome. So what about the other goalkeepers? We have Isaac Coker and Ibrahim Cisse, who is obviously the second youngest player in the tournament. Yes. So what have you got to say about them? Are they? Can SierraLeoneans have confidence in them, just like we all have confidence in Mohamed?
Oh yeah. Because they are very hardworking. At least Isaac Coker is the most experienced amongst them.
Okay.
And Ibrahim is the youngest goalkeeper, I believe, in the whole tournament.
Yeah.
They are very hardworking.
So in essence, you are telling us that anybody that fills into that space will perform extremely well. Is that what you're telling us?
Exactly.
So we should have no worry at all.
Worry at all.
In event Mohamed, can't make it, maybe for whatever reason. I mean, it's possible. This is football. There are injuries. God forbid. We're not praying for that. But in event anything like that happen that will prevent him from keeping the goal, we can have a perfect replacement of him. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
Perfect replacement.
Okay.
They're all very, very good and hardworking.
Okay. All right. So yeah, let us end this interview by you telling us a little bit about yourself, in terms of, your own past records, in terms of, goalkeeping, because I remember your own days you were rivaling. Well, I don't want to say you were, rivaling with Atuga, but yes, he was a very strong contender for you.
Osayo Mara also.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, 3 of us were very good goalkeepers. I mean, we are the top 3 goalkeepers in the country. In our days. Atuga was our number 1, the most celebrated goalkeeper. Can boast of. Yes. Then came Osayo Mara. Also, I played for SierraLeone, played against the wonderful Black Stars of Ghana. I was the goalkeeper.
Wow.
Defeated them 1987. India was tough.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were the goalkeeper at that time?
I was the goalkeeper, yeah.
So you see?
And the return leg in SierraLeone, they told us that they are going to give us 5 in SierraLeone. When they came to SierraLeone, it was a goalless draw.
Wow.
So they were eliminated.
Wow.
They were eliminated, yeah.
So I mean, it's by no mistake, it's by no coincidence, it's by no accident that you're here, and indeed you've been proving really, really well. You've been training goalkeepers, and now they're making the limelight in the international stage.
Oh yeah. Because before I was the goalkeeping coach for the U17.
At that time. Okay.
The U17, I went to Finland. They never traveled with me, but through perseverance and hard work, I just believe in.
Oh, so you were keeping the goal during the qualifier for that competition, is that it? The U17?
No. I mean, I was the goalkeeping coach.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I see. I mean, I was going to say, you're looking old now, so there's no way you could have been the goalkeeper. So you were the goalkeeping coach. So these were your early days as a goalkeeping coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I understand. All right. So finally, going into the match tomorrow, what have you got in your mind, especially in terms of the goalkeepers? Because I know that your own part of the training, your own part of the technical support you're providing here is mainly around preparing the goalkeepers. What have you told them going into the match tomorrow? Because, keeping in mind that the match tomorrow is a must-win match, what have you told them?
Well, I told them, really, I'm optimistic.
About tomorrow?
They are not under pressure at all.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because before the first 2 matches, playing against countries like Algeria, Ivory Coast, the pressure was too much on them.
Yeah.
So always, discuss with them, just keep you calm.
Yeah.
This match we're going to play against Equatorial Guinea is a must win but they are not under the pressure that they are playing against.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So they have confidence. Always, you are the first attacker.
Yes, the goalkeeper is the first.
So they have a lot to give. And the last defender, that was I always tell my goalkeepers, you are the last defender, you are the sweeper. So anything by the defense is yours.
Yes.
That's why you saw so many saves from
Mohamed, exactly.
He always play with his defense. He's the sweeper.
Yeah.
He always play like a sweeper.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm optimistic that they're not going to get any pressure. They're not going to play under any pressure.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. God
Yeah.
bless you.
Goodbye.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Okay, viewers, we're gonna have to end it here. That was the goalkeeping coach for LeoneStars, Tamba Moses. This is how we fold up this live. Thank you so very much for following, and thank you for being with us on Instagram and on Facebook as well. Continue to keep it connected, you know, as we continue to bring you live updates of what's happening around the national senior team LeoneStars here, especially ahead of tomorrow's encounter. And we all hope and pray that tomorrow becomes really positive for us. We get a win in tomorrow's match, and then we qualify to the next round of 16. Thank you so much. I've been Ibrahim Kamara, the head of media and marketing of the Sierra Leone Football Association, saying goodbye.